Nothing too long and boring here, just a serious request that you please watch as much of the video as possible. It's the best way to ensure good views that make these enormous videos worthwhile. Plus a like and a comment. Of course, you should also definitely subscribe if you're not already and hit that bell. And now, back to the video. Seriously, man? Right from the start, they gift us with animation like this? Let's be real, this is easily high-budget movie-worthy quality. Not walking on the spot. Plus it's a really gorgeous looking scene. Probably the closest thing we're going to get to a scenery shot win, so let's do it. You know, the animation and the music really make me think of a silent voice. I went to check and was shocked to see it was the same studio who made Berserk 1997, so hats off to them for creating this. Asta from Black Clover. Oh, I love the stark contrast between the slow, beautiful and methodical animation, a classic Japanese style in colour and form, and then his massively over-the-top reaction to her looks. Straight away, this anime has multiple things really going for it. Great animation, obviously, but also really good comedic timing. Like, that's gotta be spot on to work, and that right there was a 10 out of 10. Really clever setup to the overall story, nicely fed into the narrative. Great scene transition! That was bloody fantastic! What great voice acting! Shockingly well done, from the comedic element of a student holding a boom mic over for her intro, to her nervously stepping out, eyes wide and marching to the board. It's tough to relay a bunch of feelings and aspects into a scene, and here it was done fairly effortlessly. Oh, you know what? I think I'm in for a treat here. I love to laugh, and so far this has had me laughing no less than 5 times. A real credit considering I'm 6 minutes into episode 1. Also though, do you all know from JoJo? What a stupidly lovely looking but also funny scene. Shinomiya from Love is War, and please watch that video if you haven't already. It did so incredibly poorly, and I spent so long making it. It's like YouTube is hurting me on purpose not recommending it. Like, I'll be honest, that devastated me seeing it do so badly. So yeah, if you can watch it, such massive gratitude from me. Goodness me, they don't half do these scenes excellently. There's so much sudden ferocity, I love it. Seriously, the visuals are really impressive. I'm giving praise here for basically what I said in Bakemonogatari, and before you try and find that video, it's still not released yet, just waiting for its turn in the schedule. It's so good, I'm legit struggling to not win it every time. Send help! Who came up with this? As the beautiful music sets in and her feelings pour out onto the board, the scene takes a lovely turn from comedy to the more serious, as her very real problems are laid bare in the best of ways. On top of that, the way the scene is edited is so wonderful and filled with passion. It contains more movement and frames than most would use for a similar scene, and I love it. They can have 2 wins for how well that was handled. I always enjoy creativity in anime, and this right here is one such example. It's almost like it's an alternative view of her looking out onto her words shown to the world. Isn't that just really aesthetically pleasing? Showing her like this is a nice contrast to how she normally looks. It's a decent way, I think, of displaying her natural deer caught in the headlights look whenever the pressure is on. Also though, take one for the act of animating the writing on the board. It's difficult to pull off. It's often why it looks a little odd in other anime, so kudos for doing it so well. Beautiful music and visuals, a really impactful scene because of that, displaying her first time feeling as though she's having a full conversation with someone. It was lovely and so well done. The end of that sequence totally worthy of another win. Her first friend, and not only that, but a promise to help her achieve her goal as well. Just lovely. I never read the manga, but I have to assume that viewers were happy with how this was animated. I love those exits. Kawaii! This might legit be one of the most innovative methods I've ever seen to introduce other characters to your anime. First person shot! Getting away with not having to read in front of the class in the most ridiculous of ways. Literally a win, because that's an amazing choice of music. Such a nice song. This is what I'd call a run-of-the-mill, effortlessly fantastic OP. Great song choice, brilliant visuals with a whole bunch of style injected into it. Now, this would normally be just one win, but honestly, the effort to go the extra mile during animation grabs that second max win. Well done! Let me give you a nail so you can continue to nail the comedy in this one. Shout out to the link there to the cat. I like the idea of the cat being a solitary creature but wanting contact with others, much the same as her. Ran from ReZero? Including everyone anxiously waiting in the background was such a clever choice, but at the same time, having it take her so long to get going so that they've all left was equally clever, otherwise it blows her cover as the popular kid naturally. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ever not gonna win that jackhammer stammering goodness. That. A simple but interesting look into a moment during her childhood, which has the desired effect of allowing us to see how her extreme social anxiety sadly even ruined things for her as a kid. With all of the focus on Komi, it's easy to forget that he's also a main character, so this is a good reminder and a look into his own past. I know I mentioned it before, but for real, so much of the style and music fits Bakemonogataris. Unexpected!
これを知ったよ。
今殺したよって言ったのか、この女。
友達2人目できましたね。
かわいい!
また僕はこんな役か。
ストーカーね。
I've never seen anything like it in an anime before. Really got me for some reason.
年に一度社内で行われる試験に合格した者のみに与えられる賞。
Between the teacher in episode 1 and now this guy, these moments are quickly becoming some of my favourites, where people invent miraculous scenarios in their heads that convince them that what's going on is not only normal, but something spectacular.
コミさんがすねてる、かわいい。
Not only are they correct, but brilliant choice of voice actress for her. Classically awesome ED, calming visuals, but with a real burst of energy in the second half, no doubt encompassing her pledge and drive to become more vocal and do enjoyable things with her friends, and of course, the music was equally calming and also picked up in the second half, so a great choice.
そんな私は今クラスメートのコミさんに監視されています。
My word, this kind of comedy is right up my street. I just love the idea of her nervously knocking down dozens of books. Animating multiple characters moving within one scene.
トイレ大好き。ごめんなさい。私何したか覚えてないけどごめんなさい。
Oh, that's so good. It's like a horror movie.
どうしよう。頼まれちゃった。お腹が痛いよ。
As someone who was also fairly socially anxious during high school, but who thankfully grew out of it after joining the prison service at 18, I can absolutely relate to this, and it's well portrayed. Focusing so much on other characters, a welcome surprise to be sure, especially when scenes like this thing get to happen. That voice acting totally deserving of its own standalone win. It's a fairly rare anime that can handle comedy and at the same time nail the more emotional moments, but thus far this one ticks both boxes. The great choice of music helps each time too. Oh man, I know I say it a lot, but damn, I love stuff like that. I mean, I say I love that a lot, but come on, that's so good. Awesome animation too, but the voice actor, so well done. Doing it on the blackboard during episode 1 and now doing it again. That's some real dedication. Best I've seen since Jobless Reincarnation. These scenes absolutely wouldn't be anywhere near as funny without these amazing, and I do mean amazing, reactions fueled by the voice actress here. Who came up with this?
コミさんは只野くんの携帯番号を1番に入れたいから、あがりちゃんのは紙に書いてあげてね。
そうなんですか？それじゃあ。
There's a lot of aspects to this anime, so it's also easy to forget that she's not just bonding with others, but clearly and most definitely with him as well, which is just great to see.
はい。じゃあコミの委員会は神ということで。
This is now the third time this has happened, and so far, each has been more entertaining than the last. To go from picking a student for class president to officially giving her the label of God is fantastic. She really is totally adorable.
姉ちゃんうるさい。
Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen.
ユリスマとは両手を場に出し順番に掛け声と数字を言っていくゲーム。いった数字と場に上がっている親指の数。
Zipping through this because, let's be honest, we don't really need to know much about it.
あ、いっけない。筋間違えちゃった。僕の負けだね。
This over-the-top reaction.
穴が開きそうなだけだから。
The sound of genuine concern from her, difficult to do in an anime where she doesn't really speak, so to find a way by which to do it was awesome. Credit definitely applies too, so far as getting the formula right. It could have been one-sided and looked like she was using him or maybe not fully appreciating what he's doing, but between this win and the last, it shows that's not the case.
それは
この身体検査で古見さんに勝つことです。
Unexpectedly well done contrast.
まさか古見さん、審判に賄賂？許せない。そんな卑怯な手を使ってまで私に勝ちたいのね。いいわ。私が正々堂々あなたに勝ってあげる。
This girl is straight up hilarious, bruh. Not much else to say.
間違いないわ。これは古見さんの髪の毛。ようこそ古見さんを私のものに。
Piss.
私みたいな平人が古見様になるなれしく話して古見様が挨拶を返したとしたらそれって古見様の安売りだもんね。何これ。大きくてプリッとした目。
The anime can be so weird sometimes. I enjoy how Komi is defended though by means of everyone building her up in their imaginations and misinterpreting things. That way she can continue to be how she is within the story without it opening plot holes.
我慢するのよ病で。今はまだ。何が病ちゃんをそこまでさせるの？
Kawaii! How come this girl is also hilarious though? Holy, if that isn't just one of the best ever bird's eye views of a city of all time suddenly!
これから何されるの僕。
病ちゃん。
You seriously used a 24 reference? That's like one of my all-time favourite shows, I love you!
え、あ、いや、そんなこと。早い。でもね、古見さん。僕の友達は僕が決めるよ。
Using the same reference she said earlier on to the crazy girl back to her in what was quite a poignant moment. In case you're thinking, oh my god, he missed X, Y or Z, no I didn't. Just didn't think that whole kidnap scene was worth a win, barely any comedy and took itself oddly serious, I think. The first time face to face that she's been able to talk to him or anyone for that matter.
心の底から反省してます。ごめんなさい。
謝るの下手だな。
At the very least, take a win for this happening. I'm still not exactly happy, but it's something. It's an attempt at a conclusion in the end of the day. Take one final win for this episode for the slight change to the ED. It's always a favourite of mine when they do alter slightly as the anime progresses.
いいと思います。
I do just enjoy these little moments they share. It's clear how much his opinion means to her, way more than anyone else who she showed little to no reaction towards.
ヤダノちゃんどうしたの？体調悪いの？悔しいです。そんな会場を払ってもね。
Oh god, that face. So ugly.
まだ努力しろって言いたいのね。つまりあなたが私を友と認めてくれたってことなのね。
People really do just hear what they want to hear, don't they?
古見さんが葛藤している。家に友達を呼ぶことに憧れを持つ心と私生活を見られるのが恥ずかしい気持ち。
It is actually really sweet how he can read her like an open book. Reminds me of Kage and Boji in Ranking of Kings, another anime I covered that did god-awful views. Watch it if you fancy it. I put so much work into it.
さんのお母さんに間違いない。やだ、翔子の友達。何もう初めてじゃん。翔子の母の小見修子です。永遠の17歳です。
How her mother is basically the exact opposite of the daughter. Also though, Palm from Hunter x Hunter.
そり撮ってたんだよね。全然気づかなかったでしょ。新しい写真だって？ 翔子が物をねだるなんて珍しいわね。
It's always wonderful to see how much all of these small steps mean to her. Even a simple picture of her first gathering means enough to her to warrant buying a picture frame to put it in. So sweet.
こういう店って独自のルールとかあるんでしょ？テレビで見たよ。
Genuinely awesome tunes. Genuinely awesome looking food.
いや、僕はもういいかな。
でもなんか癖になって1週間後にもう一回言った。
It's a very simple thing, but just concluding the scene with something like this instantly makes it wholesome.
世界が滅びます。早く我と血の契約を。
今の今まで大丈夫だったのに。
そんな設定などどうでもいいのだ。さあ早く我と血の契約を。
設定って言っちゃったよ。
His background comments really give me vibes of Kazuma in Konosuba, just picking flaws with what he's hearing.
12秒ってのは
俺の名はただの人々。中学2年生。ただものじゃない。
Getting to actually see what happened to him in the past that so deeply affected his personality up until this current moment in time.
いい気になりよって。所詮闇の眷属たる我とは違うということか。
なんで誰も組んでくれないんだ。我と体操してくれるのか。
Unexpectedly really lovely scene out of nowhere. Her overcoming her shyness to extend a helping hand to someone really feeling alone in that moment, and the moment of her being alone, which was really touching. 2 wins here. Firstly, it's for essentially giving us a different ED, and that song is now growing on me so much more because I'm watching the different ED each time, so that was a pleasant surprise. Secondly, it's for going without an official ED in order to, as you well know by now, give us yet more juicy content. That's my jam, I say it every time. What a lovely way to do this shot in first person. You could hardly tell it was CGI for the most part.
アルミ缶の上にアルミ缶。
その親父ギャグ推し何なの、古見さん。
It's so cute that she can talk on the phone. That's a great twist in the narrative of her character, but also, I just flat out enjoy dad jokes. Kawaii!
次は山井ちゃんチャンス。余裕で1万円超えだ。
Kawaii!
合計50点。古見さん、忠野くんチョイスをお買い上げ。
She picked his outfit, and everyone else was really happy with it too, which makes a change given the issues between him and the crazy girl in the previous episodes. Wholesome da!
違う。これがカリスマと私の違い。さすが先輩。
See, that's the kind of humour I adore. She was having all of the first bit said as internal monologue, and then just bursts out saying that, which shocks them. No one else will shout out the animator who spent the time and effort to create this shot for 4 seconds of use in the episode, so I will. Looks gorgeous, well done.
あれ、髪切りました。
He's the only one to notice the subtle change, and she clearly digs that, and so do I.
昔、東大元暮らしを大正デモクラシーみたいな歴史の何かだと思ってて。
Right in line with the previous win, this just shows one of the many reasons why she cares about him so much that he does stuff like this.
なんでと言ったかい今。いいともさん、教えてあげるよ。来週からテスト期間だからだよ。そう。
She really deserves so much credit for the voice acting job on this one. Unreal!
悲しいね、忠野くん。
こいつ、あまりの勉強したくなさにおかしくなって。
It's dumb, but playing that in the library instead of studying really tickled me.
なんか、すみません。
Again, as a former super nervous boy, this does check out.
夏、日差し、プール、イエーイ！
I've mentioned this in other videos, but definitely one of my favourite elements of school anime is the whole season aspect of it. School holidays, yearly events and such. I love stuff like this. That was creepy, but you know, definitely also well done. YouTube can sometimes be a little funny, so let's just say bathing suit scene and move on.
バレる心配なんてしなくて大丈夫ですよ。
These moments just handle her character development so nicely, pacing is done great, nothing is rushed, and they always seem to be able to pick the perfect music.
コミさん。コミさんが辛そうな顔してたら、みんなも楽しくないですよ。立てますか。
He really is just the best at times like this, isn't he?
翔子、図書館行くんですって。相変わらずどうやって意思疎通してるのかわかんないわ。
ご注文お決まりですか？かしこまりました。
どうだ学校は。
This family. So damn weird, bruh. Ah, that's so simple for the scene, but so incredibly lovely. Might not be normal to everyone else, but it's normal for them.
おっちゃん？どうしたの？こうちゃん。
Seriously, whoever thought this up is a genius. They really do always strive to have the scenes end in a nice or wholesome way though, don't they? I enjoy that factor in this one over and over again. Making the choice to throw some really nice animation into this simple scene.
お、あれ、いいもの見れた。
そして本は返し忘れた。
This wasn't getting a win until it was revealed that he forgot yet again to return the books.
ご先祖様にちゃんとご挨拶できた？
I can't believe they brought the grave into it.
入りなさい。
あらあらあら。ゆうこさん来た？ゆうこちゃん。元気だった？元気。
仲良し。
It's so weird, but I think purely because of the family and how they act, I'm far more interested in the members of said family than I ever normally would be. This adorable bloody side to her, so nice to see because it's so rare. You got yourself a unique method of getting wins here, anime.
翔子ちゃんが構ってくれるのが嬉しくて、去年までは無言でこっち見るだけだったから。
There's been loads of moments building up her character, but none that showed a direct result as well as this moment right here, so take a win for that.
友達はできたのかい？よかったね。
Oh, that's so sweet between a grandmother and her granddaughter. And that.
じゃあこれで。考えれば考えるほどドツボにはまっていく。そういう風にできているの。
やったー。
This anime keeps making me laugh, and I can't just keep laughing and giving out wins, but at the same time, how can I also not?
私フランクフルト買ってきたんだ。ねえ食べて、私のフランクフルト。
コミさんに何させるつもりなんだこの人。コミさん。迷子になっても携帯で連絡取れば大丈夫ですよ。
As time goes on, I only find my own self appreciating him and the things he does. It's no wonder she's, in my opinion at this stage anyway, falling in love with him slowly. Just such a nice lad.
みんなと合流できたんで嬉しかったですね。
Couldn't have really timed the previous win much better had I tried. How about that?
お兄ちゃんちょっと。どんな手を使ったの？
え？
どんな手を使ったの
？These wildly different reactions based around Komi are always nothing short of hilarious. I didn't even know how the author managed to figure out so many of them and always make them funny.
ああ、僕、古見さん図書館で見かけましたよ。その後、公園でも。ああ、そうですよね。今度はそうします。
This kind of thing is great for her character development. That's here she actively encourages him to pop over and say hi if he sees her out and about again in town. That's very sweet. Oh, that's so sweet and genuine. This is why I love slice of life type anime. It's so relaxing and feel good for your soul.
9月1日、新学期を迎えるこの日は憂鬱になる学生が多いらしい。
Honestly, as a former child, I can fully still understand that feeling. I freaking loved my summers. Sat around eating nice snacks and watching Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, hanging with my friends at the park. It was amazing. Then back to school. So yeah, I get there feeling blue.
私、田舎もんなんです。
Gone from Hunter x Hunter.
店員さんを待たせたらいけねえ。店員の都合などお構いなし。自分のペース、自分のスタイル。特にご希望なければおすすめでお作りいたしますね。あの怒涛の注文を一言も喋らずいなすとは、やっぱり神様は計り知れねえ。
I'll never get bored of people misunderstanding her actions. This little moment meant a lot to me, that she is now brave enough to visit someone she barely knows outside of school, at their home no less. Go on, girl!
沼ブラとはゲーム大闘争沼袋ブラザーズの略である。相手を沼に落としたら勝ちという特殊なシステムと。
Swamp Bros. Getting around that copyright is tight!
お兄さん、カモだぜ。
So far, putting what can only be described as an insane amount of effort into this video game part.
R2 ボタン。R2 ボタン。あ、いや。
Oh my god, that's amazing. Proper did justice to a first-time gamer and how it often turns out. Impressively, I don't think they used CGI in this scene.
ティッシュ配りの美少女がこっちを見ている。くれるの？ティッシュくれるの？
This entire scene made me laugh likely way harder than they ever intended, especially her listing off her like 19 reasons why she needs a tissue in that moment.
ショー。古見さん。
言えなかった。
君の友達、クジラシ。
That was really well done, giving him a taste of what daily life is like for her.
それに比べて、あなたはとってもクール。
This is a rare one, but also gone from Hunter x Hunter. Also though, kawaii!
これは。ダメ、コミさんに10点。
Whoever decided to use her funny nervous face for this elegant move is a legend.
1-1上がり選手出遅れ男子どものフーという声が聞こえる。さあ1組ここから挽回できるのか。
大体体育祭というものが間違っている。我のような運動音痴が貶められる学校業。
今バトンがつながりました。
ほら、コミさんもみんなと一緒に応援しようよ。
This scene didn't have any emotional moments, touching character building or eye-popping fight scenes, but what it did have was an outstanding amount of animation, and for this reason, it's getting 2 max wins.
頑張ってください。
Bless her heart!
3位になれた。
Okay, absolutely not gonna ignore that. That actually looked fantastic, like All Might type effects or something.
すぐやむといいけど。
翔子と仲良くしてくれてありがとね
That was hilarious.
ほぼ同時にバトンが渡った
冷え冷えかと思ってたけど。75度6分。
Genuinely shocked at the high level of animation this episode. They're really smashing it.
そしてその感情は、あるいは嫉妬と呼ぶこともできるのかもしれない。
なんか視線を感じる。
I like where this is going. She likes him. I said so.
気にして声かけてくれたんですか？
あ、バレた？とにかくなんか困ってたらお姉さんに相談しろよな。
Whoa, she might like him too. This was unexpected.
古見さんはどうぞ先に帰っててください。はい。
これが文化祭用で、はいはい。
お？
Bless her heart to the max.
久しぶりね中学の時はよく撮ってたんだけど
そうだね。
古見さん？
Take a fat win here for the music in this one. It's like the epitome of the slice of life vibe. You guys and gals know I love me some character growth, and so this is wholesome as hell. Seeing her now able to do all of this stuff, whereas at the start she literally couldn't speak to anyone.
はい。
Just a nice symbolic gesture there. She wanted him to know how much she appreciated him doing that. She actually came up with the best way to do it too, so everyone wins. She's in love!
古見さんがコスプレで売り子をやりゃバカ売れってもんよ。
新キャラ。
His comment. It's a new character.
メイド喫茶ですか。
Not being funny, they just make scenes that you wouldn't think should look good, look really good.
コミュ障とは、人付き合いを苦手とする症状。
Also though, style-wise, they have a real knack for putting together scenes like this right here. Plus the scene from earlier on in the classroom too, now that I think about it. It really is like an animated manga, which it is, but I think you get what I mean. Also though, here they could have been really lazy with the set design, but instead went all in on making it look realistic. Same thing with the next scene inside the store too.
コミさん文化祭頑張りましょうねはい
喋った。ここでお店の人にチラシを渡し、店先に貼ってもらう交渉をします。
Not sure this has ever happened before, but the voice actress has literally made this character a near favourite for me. That's extremely rare, if not a first.
本当ですか？
じゃあ古見さん、早速行ってみよう。
いらっしゃいませ。どうぞ空いてますよ。何にしますか？
I adore comedy like this, truly inventive in this one. She went in to hand out flyers, ended up sitting down and eating a whole meal because she couldn't say what she was there for.
どうしたの古見さん。
Kawaii! Definitely take a win for the entire maid dude segment. That was funny, nothing over the top requiring lots of wins, but as a whole, absolutely it gets one. Also, Komi said an entire word.
お兄ちゃん暇だったから来たよ
マジで引くな。
あ、お母さん見たうん、お兄ちゃんやっぱりあれだった
あれって何？
Yeah, I'm not letting that one slip by. That was so good. Have a final win for this episode, as I do really like how the ED changed over time, and I'm not entirely sure if I mentioned that before, but it's a nice touch as her circle grows.
の告白をしようとしています
Smallest win of the video, but getting these sounds spot on. I've even played many big budget video games that couldn't get the sound of a crowd right. Sounds like 6 dudes clearly yelling up close.
1年1組コミさん好きでーす付き合ってください
Don't really like the girl, but you can't knock her character for actually following through on this. I thought it'd be forever in limbo, not actually progressing in some way.
さて次はどこ行こうか。
なじみちゃん
I'm so weird, I just like stuff like that, even more so that they animated it too. Man, I love this music, and also wanted to drop a win for the design of the festival and how it was carried out. Many anime shy away from these events due to needing heavy animation for crowds and movement and such, but anime like this one and Love is War's 3rd season just nailed it.
一部生徒の不適切な営利行為により最優秀賞は取り消しとさせていただきます。
でもさ、みんなでいっぱい準備して最優秀賞目指していっぱい頑張ってさ。楽しかったでしょ。
いい話風にしないで。
He really can be just like Kazuma in these moments, can't he?
踊りましょうか。
Well, that just turned out to be a lovely scene. Nothing over the top, just nice and simple and ever so slightly builds things between them. Always nice to see everyone together like this, relaxing and enjoying each other's company after something as hard for them as preparing the festival. She never sung and yet the girl is attacking the screen and goes to call the company. That just gets me.
カメラを設置した。誰も聞いてない。
Oh, that's so cute between them! Take a win for doing the final ED justice. Rather than repeating it as normal, it contains loads of different visuals, especially at the very end of all of their time together, and just makes me relish it in all honesty. The lovely moment of her counting all of her friends so far. This incredibly cute, but most importantly original way of doing an end and announcing a second season. That was fantastic! After the final score screen, maybe click that like button to leave a comment if you haven't already, and you can always watch another video that pops up on screen. Thanks for watching. Bird Without a Word, Nathan Burr, Ali 50, Darth Weirdo, Isael Caldera, Tyler, Ted L, Josh, Matt the Marshmallow, Kieran Robinson, Chris Harris, Jonas Stahl, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Steelers, Matthew Pratchett, Kim Munt, Manuel Morales, Conito, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Blitzcloud, Warkeeper, Kepper, Jeffer6263, Magnus, Kevin Nelter, Brendan Krier, The Epic Commander, Sentimento, Gaten 2000, Storm 970, Inakami and Water, Kaj Vorzelman, Sebastian Ramirez, Your Edvinson, Leaf Arn Hammer, Marquez.